Yeah.
Yeah, so we are just waiting for Heart, but oh man, TVZ starting out on Overgrowth too.
Mm-hmm.
So huh. We haven't really seen a lot of like straight up Ling Bling Muta versus Bio. I know that we saw the Gym Rising game on what's it called? What's the name of that map? Vani Research Station. You know, that
Yeah.
was probably the most
Yeah.
standard game that we've seen. But then obviously, hey, Ghosts, what's up? Like,
Right. The nukes and all
some
that.
casual ghost gonna try to nuke.
Maybe
Yeah,
Hart will be able to do that this time around. I don't know. But we're getting into game
he's
number one,
capable of
guys. And this is Gravity Fight Night.
Team Gravity presents Fight Night.
Y'all ready for this?
I don't flag.
All right, here we are, guys, and we are now getting started with game number one here in this best of 7 between these two top-level Korean players. This is going to be an exciting one, Tempo. Why don't you take it away and introduce us to the first guy?
All right, well, spawning in the bottom left, representing Samsung, I believe, it is going to be the Blue Zerg player, Solar. This is alive, so maybe he's not.
I don't know what that is. It's not the Samsung logo. It's not the.
No.
He's not. You know, the former Fnatic alive. I don't know what team he's on now these days, but
I wonder what he's doing nowadays.
yeah. Well, we also have the other player. Can't forget about him. He is no slouch himself. Red player on the very top right-hand corner. It is the Terran player representing Axiom Esports, and his name, ladies and gentlemen, is Hart.
That Valentine's Day was just you know.
My bad. I
Perfect
clicked the
timing,
wrong
just today.
player card. That's the right one,
Oh,
guys.
it's all good.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh, you had one job.
This is an interesting match for a lot of reasons. Obviously, they're Korean, they're great, whatever, right? But on top of that, this is actually a rematch because both these guys were in the same group in the round of 32 at GSL this very season, only 3 weeks ago, and it was Solar who defeated Hart 2-1 to make it to the round of 16.
Wow.
Hart left kind of stuck in 32. So this is an opportunity for Hart to get his revenge here and be a cool $60 richer for it.
Word. Well, then we'll see. If he does get his revenge, if he's been studying Solar at all or anything. I know in GSL, like, they really study their opponents, so going into that match, they sure must have, you know, at least kind of know each other in and out now. And then it's kind of funny that they end up playing here once again, only like 3 or so weeks later. So.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe they have learned some new tricks in the meantime. I don't know, but I feel like Korean players already just have such a huge arsenal in their mind that just they could do anything. You can't make any easy assumptions about the way they play. I mean, I said that about Ruff, but that's like 10 times for these guys.
Yeah. And the cool part here is that Solar opened up with the pool first. And look at the direction that he's moving these lings in. He's taking like the scenic route so that the Reaper goes and tries to scout. And then he will be able to pick off that SCV that is making the command center. But Hart is actually really smart here by keeping this Reaper here.
Yeah.
Knows exactly what Solar shenanigans.
Hart's like, about that, I don't plan on actually using this Reaper offensively. It's going to defend. And
a really cool split here. I don't know if he did it intentionally, but all those lings could die if he didn't split them correctly.
Yeah, I mean, you say, like, I don't know if he did that intentionally, but you know what? From what I can say about these guys, just assume they did.
Assume they did,
You're
yep.
safer doing that than thinking they just got lucky. But there is a third CC now being started at 5 minutes. Huge difference from some of the previous games we've seen. Right, and we also have Speed right now going for Solar as well.
Yep. So looking very, very standard, except for that opener, right, with the pool. Some players like to do that. Open up with 6 lings, and if Terran players using the Reaper across the map, and then they actually don't make the Marines at home and go right into the factor, then they have nothing at home, man. You can even cancel the command center, not only kill the SCV. So with 6 lings, usually you will cancel it, but if you use like 2 lings, you just go for the SCV kill and just be happy with that.
We're gonna see
lagging
Solar
here.
here, you know, go for this lair pretty early on, which will probably delay his third a little bit, and that kind of puts him on the offensive here a little, because you see Hart, he's already gonna finish his third CC right now. So I'd expect Solar here to dial up some aggression in the next couple of minutes, while Hart is trying to make something happen with this group of units in the center of the map.
Yeah, he's playing really conservative though, as far as you know, like TVZ goes. It's very standard. With that, oh wait, conservative. I lied. I didn't see the armory get put down, as he does morph these into Hellbats. Yeah. So this is a really cool push because he has a 3rd command center behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the sacrifice made was no air component, but you know what? Hellbats themselves, not too shabby, taking out all those lings on the ground. Still 3 queens, though,
my
but
God.
one of them dies.
Yeah, and another one is really low. And if those Hellbats ever get into that mineral line, those drones, yeah, they're gonna be getting that steam room up. You do not want to be in the steam room when it's at Le Spa Day Heart.
No, not at all. And right now, we're going to see a bunch of lings being made here, but this Hellbat will probably even die before they even pop. So now we're seeing Solar left with a bunch of lings, and
Yep.
I think Hart's got to be happy with that.
Oh, for sure. How many did he lose? He did lose the Hellbats, but like, yeah, when you're doing that, forcing those units out, Solar did not take a 3rd, so that might have saved his life there, just because he wasn't investing too heavily into drones or anything.
Yeah, and oh, is there a little bit of lag here? Uh-oh. Tempo, tempo, tempo. Naughty, naughty, naughty. So I guess tempo is dying here, and if I take a look at this,
It's like I can hear him, but
oh,
yeah.
you're back on Skype. Looks like you're back. You're back.
Oh my God, totally.
Oh, now I
Frozen.
can't. You're cutting in and out now. Yeah.
Up.
Well, that's Korea server for you. You try to travel this far, and things happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. It's actually my computer. Like it went like black.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, like it totally locked up. Making
Well.
sure that I wasn't like that I wasn't
Well,
like
hopefully it's resolved now.
maxing out or something. It doesn't look like I am. But if it does it again, then I'll just jump out of it. But I don't know why.
Well, it looks like you
Very,
recovered.
very strange.
Looks like you
Yeah,
recovered, so.
it like totally locked up, and then it was like screen went black for a second, and then it came back. So weird.
Okay, well, back to this game. Hart is going to go ahead and secure his 3rd location, but he's going to take the one under his main base, not the one all the way to the left. Solar is going to be on top of that immediately with the ling.
Yeah. And you notice that Solar delayed his Baneling Nest for quite a bit. And after that attack, he had all those leftover lings. He wasn't able to do like a follow-up Baneling bust or something to try to put some counter aggression on. So he's just kind of playing it. And he also got his 3rd really late. So this is like a 2-base Muta or something with the late Baneling Nest. No Evo chambers for upgrades.
Yeah.
And then he's going to go into it. His
Yeah.
mid-game, so...
Solar's just a step behind in various facets. He's got the 8 mutas out now, and they're no doubt going to look to try to even things up, but there are already turrets sitting in Hart's base, and so it remains to be seen how much this can really do, but they need to do something.
They do. The fact that Hart got that really early 3rd command center, he's going to be so far ahead economically, and he's so far ahead in upgrades too. It's just pretty much everything across the board. 2-base Muta is not really going to do much for Solar.
Well, let's see. The mutas is poking to that base, running away before the turret finishes. Now going to attack these Marines on the ground. They can definitely hold their own. Actually going to back off in the face of 3 Marines.
Oh, gonna go for another one, but he does lose a Muta there.
Yeah. And I feel like he could have just stayed and fought those Marines sooner. Maybe he just was worried that they would get lured into the missile turret. And from that point, I can
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. Well, Muta's kind of sad about life right now. They're just like kind of
Yeah.
floating off in the distance, you know? Like, well, that sucked.
Now they're just brooding.
Yeah.
But they're gonna stay on top of things. But yeah, try to see if they can snipe a reactor here and there. There's not turrets everywhere, but then there are Marines, so they kind of work well too in defending this.
And the fact that Hart took such an aggressive third means that this push is going to be so strong. The reinforcement point, you know, like, this is the point that he's going to be holding, and a lot of his army will be there, which allows him to split up a little bit better and deal with these mutas very easily. Oh,
Caught in the
those
center,
mutas.
losing 2. Such a big loss
Yep.
at this point in the game. There's really only mutas you can afford at the moment, you know?
Yeah. There comes the parade push, actually. Like, they're just powered behind this 3-base economy. Just a bunch of barracks. Now the Widow Mines are being added, but it's going to be just a game of economy here. And I think that with some decent Widow Mine hits, actually, yeah, if he doesn't get hit by Banelings too bad, it's just going to choke out Solar. Like, he won't be able to keep up. So he needs to figure out how he's going to deal with this. He can't just hold on here. He needs to, like, totally mop that army up, like, a lot. Convincingly.
Yep. And the first step to that is keeping an eye on where the army is going to go. Right now, it looks like Hart is going to move towards the gold base. These rocks haven't been taken out yet, so Solar's going to have to maneuver his way around. Now, he does have the benefit of fighting on top of creep, so if he can get some good surrounds, he'll come out of this battle pretty well, but that's easier said than done.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's trying to take his 4th here. Hart has had his 3rd up for so long. He's about to max out. He's just macroing. He's like a robot, man. You know when you watch Innovation play, and you're just like, how is this macro so good?
Yeah. It's like clockwork, basically, for these guys.
Yep.
Like,
Like
you're never
literally
gonna
spending
say,
every
oh,
single dollar mineral.
Yeah, you're never going to say, like, oh, so-and-so is floating. Like, never.
Oh yeah. Nope. And he trades as he's maxing out, so he's not gonna sit there on a big bank. He wants to trade so bad because his economy is so good, and his upgrades are even 2-2 is done now. This is just a rough
As
situation.
they roll in, limiting really what those Banelings can do on the ground. And Solar is just really wants Hart to come onto the creep. Hart not going to be lured into that just yet.
Not yet. He's playing it very, very patiently. I can't believe how patient he's doing it. Making sure that he gets the good engagements. Baneling's hitting a bunch of Marauders. That's a lot of Marines that are clumped up right now.
Yeah,
oh my
but
god.
The thing is, you can't give chase because of those Widow Mines. You know, there's more than 2, and then you don't know which have been uncharged, and that's what happens. That one big hit right there.
Yep.
Suddenly makes your army a lot smaller.
Yeah, and Hart is just playing it out. He's saying, all right, what do you have? Scans it, sees that it's really not that much, but he's still playing it so patient. Like the trades that he is making here. Actually, whoa! That was a really close detonation. That could have taken out a lot of the Marines. So Solar's doing pretty well. Hasn't decided to try to do any counterattack because he needs every one of his units for this fight.
Banelings are cleaning up some of the straggling units that are out in front of the rest of the army, but Hart still armed with a lot of Marines, looking ready to push on to creep finally.
Yep, and there it is. He's going, oh, really big hit there from Solar. And now, it's just not enough, is it? When 3-3 finishes, we are going to see this look a lot easier for Hart. But Hart is really making it look easy at the moment. Making Solar. Oh, the Widow Mine hits.
Right on
Oh,
top
the
of
Widow
him
Mine
as well.
hits.
He throws down the
GG.
Korean version of the GG. And yeah, I mean, the clock was
Power
ticking on him
of
to win
macro.
that battle because 3-3, like you said, was finishing. But with
Yeah.
that not even being a victory as far as the battle was concerned, we do see the GG from Solar.
Yeah, that was just a solid macro opener. Like, that really threw Solar off probably with that Hellbat. I mean, I didn't even see it until I was like, oh, shoot. Hellbats.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, with that, we are going to see Hart up 1-0.
1-0, best of 7, yeah.
And we already have the next map. Let's go ahead and make that selection. And
Funny.
for some reason now your webcam is freezing up when Skype is not the active window. Don't know what to
Really?
make of that. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe it's. I was gonna say because it's been 4 hours, but it does. I don't think it matters because you still have my video,
Yeah, I still do.
Oh.
So I don't know.
but it's bugging out. Oh, that's whack.
Yeah, it is. Actually, now it's better. Now it's better. This is a little
Okay.
bugginess, but we're good.
Yeah.
I really wish there was a better way to get webcams up and not have to do it through.
I know, right? Like if you could just be like, Skype window, like you know how you can do,
Mhm.
say like game capture.
Yeah, exactly. Some kind
I
of.
think you
plugin or
can in maybe what's it called? XSplit? I feel like perhaps you might be able to, but I could be completely wrong. I use OBS myself.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Mhm.
So, looks like Solar's saying something in Korean. I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna assume he's saying, "Please don't lag again, Tempo." Just kidding.
I know. He probably is.
Oh, man.
He just unfollowed me on Twitter. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't even follow me. I said build history. Oh, okay. No problem.
All right, these guys want to get started, so let's do that. Just another reminder to all you viewers out there, please don't forget to follow us here on Team Gravity, and if you could even make that subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. You're getting your money's worth immediately, man, because of G2A, that $5 gift card, and on top of that, of course, all the benefits. But most importantly, follow us, because we have this every week, and if you follow us, you're going to know exactly when we have these events getting started for you. So we have number 2 now. Game 2, that is, in between these two very talented players. So let's get right to it. It's going to be on Vonnie Research Station, a pick of this player we're looking at right here. And, well, he basically is facing a 0-1 deficit at the moment. But we've seen comebacks happen before. This is nothing when it comes to Team Gravity Fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here it is. It is the player representing Samsung Galaxy, ladies and gentlemen. It is the player known as Solar.
Oh, yeah. And his opponent, spawning directly across from him on the north side, it is that Red Terran player up 1 game, showing us the power of macro. Representing Axiom Esports, it is Heart. Bam.
All right, so last game we saw Solar open up with the early pull, and Hart just kind of read it every step of the way. Read it without seeing. I don't know how you read without like seeing words, but he did, and he was ready to handle that with that Reaper sitting defensively, and that push with the Hellbats was way too much for Solar to handle.
Plus, it totally threw him off too. He was just like, "Wait, what?" And then wasn't able to join up too heavily, and we had a triple command center opener too. So add that, it's like, damn, perfect. Like he got what he wanted out of the push. He didn't try to kill Solar with it, but got mining time and also a ton of lings.
Yeah, this time right now, we are seeing Hart going ahead with a CC first expansion. So this is definitely the most economical play we've seen yet coming out of him. Getting the backs afterwards. For Solar, it's going to be a hatch gas pull, it looks like.
Yeah, this is what he opened with last time, and is a very common opener for ZVT. Getting that hatchery gas. Oh no! Yesterday, not yesterday. Last game he did the pool first.
Yeah, he did.
So
Pool
this
first,
is a
yeah.
bit different. And you know what? Maybe that's another insult to injury too. The fact that that Reaper stayed home and he
Yeah.
opened up with slings instead of the 3 drones, whatever. So
Exactly, because a lot of
I
times
guess,
you get
yeah.
those lings because you want to use them to defend against Reapers, and then your opponent doesn't actually send one over.
yeah, it's like, come on. Yeah, that was a lot of a series of unfortunate events there for Solar, so I would never count him out. He's a very, very great player. But Hart, man, showing that like that was just, whew. I get the nerd chills, man, when you see such macro like that.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget too that Hart did drop to Solar 2-1, which is one of the reasons why he did not get into that round of 16 for GSL. So, it's hard to say like just after one game who's got the upper hand. That's why it's a best of 7. And
Indeed, yeah, it's show who really, really has done their homework, and with the CC first opener, I can dig it, right? Like he's up a game already, and he also has just a very easily securable Nat. So as long as you are not getting some crazy Baneling bust coming your way, you should be perfectly fine with it. And even adding a third command center, so damn Hart. Looking to have a repeat of game number 1 if possible. And it makes me wonder if Solar will pick up on that and do some kind of maybe like Roach Bane. There's a lot of things you can kill. You can kill 3CC with a lot of things, but it's also the best at recovering if they stabilize.
Yep, and there was no better game to prove that than Semper versus Jim Rising.
Oh my god.
No
Yep.
question about it.
Yeah. Those are in the VODs, folks, if you want to check those out. If you're just now joining us.
Thank you, Tempo, with the plug.
I got this, man.
But he is right, though. I mean, those games earlier with Semper and Jim Rising, we saw a lot of those early Roach pushes that just sort of ran into a dead end. And while they may have taken a lot of SCVs out, hey, guess what? I have 3 CCs with a lot of energy to burn. Hey, I'm still minding. More than you,
Yep.
even.
Hit that S key, man.
Yeah.
Not to stop my units. That's on the command center.
Exactly.
So.
Couple of
Alright.
Hellions out for
Oh,
Hart.
wow. He's also going for Banshees as well. But it looks like he's supply blocked. Oh. Okay, no. It was just for a second there. That's always the worst when you get your tech up and then you can't make the unit you need because you supply block yourself. But
Oh, that just sucks the
That
wind
was
out
on
of
the
you.
way.
Every time that
oh,
happens.
you're like, come on. Happens to me all the time. Like, especially going Roach and you kind of miscalculate just how much extra free supply you need. So, but we're gonna see Banshees coming out of here. And is that an armory? Yeah, an armory is here, so it's gonna be Hellbat Banshee, which is pretty devastating if you allow it to snowball.
Yeah, this time around the push is happening a little bit later, which makes total sense given that, Hart's trying to set up the air component of it. Last time it was super early Hellbat Marine push on the low ground, and then that just kind of ate Solar up. This time around, Solar has been able to get up that third base a lot sooner, which will give him much better capability of, making units to defend.
Oh yeah. I mean, we have to really. I hate to say like last game was literally everything going wrong for Solar because he did the 2-base muta too, right? And it just got totally shut down. So yeah, this one going a bit better. And you know what? +1 Terran ship and weapons in the double factory here. We're gonna see mech coming out of Hart. And all of these queens are getting trapped. There are some
Queens aren't
Banelings on the
doing
way.
anything. They're just running around getting burned. And that is quite the loss. But, Solar still should be able to hold this, but gonna lose at least 2 queens when he probably shouldn't have even lost one.
Yeah, I don't know if Solar has enough here. Those Banelings were great. But how many? There's a lot more. There's 6 Hellbats that are left over, and there's not that many queens. Lings are not good against this at all. And they need to be morphing into Banelings, man. Queens are holding strong, and they will do it. So it does get shut down. But at what cost?
Yeah. There's a couple of straggling units, too, that they thought they could join the battle, but by the time they got there, they're like, oh, it's already over. So they have to run.
You just gotta go back, yeah.
Yeah. And there's going to be these Lings going for a counter, too, at least to see if they can run by on any mineral line. So there's that attempt.
And now we're seeing, the mech transition. Well, not transition, but just the setup here. Infrastructure. Double factory, as well as continuing to produce the Banshees. And what is Solar's response going to be? I believe his Evo chamber is only getting the plus. Okay, no, he's getting attack now too. So he's going to pick Roach and then maybe into Swarmhost.
Oh,
As he
there's
did
that
drop the,
infestation pit right
infestation
now.
pit.
That's halfway there. So it could very well
I haven't
be
seen one
Swarmhost.
Swarmhost get made all day today.
I know. and now we will.
I'm not complaining, but you know, shoot.
Yes,
I'm just
not
saying.
complaining. It's just,
just
it is
saying.
what it is. And we're seeing Thor actually come out of Heart right now. His first two, because you know he's expecting mutas, but that's not what Solar's going for. He's gone for a different kind of
No.
tech. And let's see if that catches Heart off guard.
Yeah. Usually you would want to get some siege tanks against Roach, but the thing about Hart is that he doesn't know what Solar's unit comp is going to be. And an interesting thing is that Solar hasn't been able to scout yet, or at least he doesn't have an Overlord. He doesn't know about the additional factories, but judging by the unit comp, he's probably like, okay, this has got to be mech. Like, you got Thors and as well, Hellbats, and Banshees, and if he clicks on it, he'll see the upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, if there's still this many Hellions after that push, was basically held, then the guy's still making mech, right? So at that point, Solar's got to be, okay, the dude's going to go mech. Hence, we see the Swarm Host. He's got the Locust upgrade now being researched, Enduring Locust, right? And then Burrow as well.
And +1 ranged. So a lot of style that people usually like to do is Swarm Host, Spire, whether it be with Corruptors or Mutas. Corruptors are obviously a little bit better against like Widowmine, or just, if you clump up some Mutas and a Thor shoots them all, I think it takes like 3 volleys and then they're all dead. Corruptors should be able to take a little bit more damage, as they're not light units either. We'll see. We haven't even seen the Spire get dropped yet.
Yeah, now the first batch of Locust is going to hit Heart's army a little bit, relying on these Hellions to take them out. And then, Heart sensibly is going to back off. I'm not going to fight your free units.
Yeah. So now he's deciding here if he actually wants to, but it looks like he's gonna commit at least a little bit. He only has 4 siege tanks, which is okay if he spreads them up, but I don't know if that's enough to actually keep the locust waves at bay.
Yeah, the trick here is to make sure you can set up basically a siege location as soon as possible so that he can attack the next wave without losing much. He's gonna go after it with Hellbats for now.
Blue Flame Hellbats as well.
Yeah.
And these Banshees are actually... Oh, one of them might go down. But I think the Banshees are like the X factor here, because while the mech army's chilling at the ground, they can kind of pick forward and start picking off some Swarm Hosts while the Locusts are fighting the ground army.
We have these Roaches that snuck into that third base of Heart, and they're doing a lot of damage. SCV is actually being used to A-move those guys. And so we're seeing quite a few units being taken out by Solar, to the tune of 12 SCVs. But of course, this is the main attraction right here. It looks like Solar is trying to surround this with all his Roaches and Locusts, and he's whittling down the numbers of Heart.
Yeah, he's whittling it down, but luckily for him, the Swarm Hosts are still alive. Lost a few Roaches, but you have to expect to lose something there. Not as bad, I would say, for Solar, because he's still on the creep. The creep is still up there. Swarm Hosts are still shooting out the Locust, and I don't know, though. That's a lot of tanks.
Yeah.
If they ever get into a position on the Swarm Host.
Like you said, though, with the creep spread, Defender's advantage is a lot stronger for Zerg, and now with Roaches, Lings, and Locusts combining here, Solar pushing with that wave of Locusts, he's able to clean up more of these units. Still a few tanks around, but I think that's going to be Heart's cue to back off.
Yeah, he is falling back. Gonna take a 4th, actually. So behind that, he was able to get a 4th up. Not mining the gas from it just yet, but we would see that come pretty soon, most likely.
Yeah, well,
And good thing for Solar, he didn't lose his base or anything. He just traded out. Oh!
as far as Solar's concerned,
Almost.
great, you want to take a 4th, but you know what? I have to let you first. And now he's going to be pushing with a 173 supply army compared to the 134 of Heart. But of course, it's going to be a slow push one way or another. Creep hasn't quite reached this area. The Swarm Hosts, of course, need to be spawning these Locusts. But the Creep could really use some work at this point. It's more than halfway, or it's not halfway, and it's already 17 minutes. Of course, you need Creep for Locusts.
Creep
to really
is so
do their
important.
thing.
Maybe you should get some coaching from Winter. That creep spread, son.
That is true. Winter had that whole thing covered in game number 1. This very map,
On this
too,
map.
Yep. This map was well, okay, this isn't game 1, but it was game 1 in both of those show matches.
Yeah.
Roach was actually moving around the back. Not sure
Oh,
what that was.
that might be a
supposed to
mistake.
accomplish.
Yeah,
And it didn't accomplish anything.
unless he's just getting rid of supply, but I don't think that's the case. Oh, maybe so. If he turned back here.
Possibly. I mean, he is maxed right now. He's replacing it with non-roach units. In fact, we're seeing 5 ultras now on the way.
Ultras.
And +3 carapace.
Unupgraded though.
Yeah. +2 armor.
I mean, once you get, yeah, tightness plating with the +3, like you said, but he doesn't have the attack upgrade.
Yeah.
Once you do it, if Ultralist gets you and hugs you, man, it's GG pretty much.
It's the only kind of hug you don't want.
That you don't want.
So,
Poor Ultralist on Valentine's Day, just trying to get some love, yo.
that's right. That was yesterday.
Slicing up everything. Yep.
It's like, be my Valentine. Look like this.
Slice.
So, you
Well,
know what?
looks-
Solar's inching closer and closer to Heart right now.
Yeah.
Heart's gonna have to.
That is such a scary situation.
Yeah, for both sides. Heart's gonna have to siege up over here at this fort base. We're probably gonna see just standoff here. Tank fire versus Locust. But now that there are Vipers here, that could be the X factor.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be able to pull those siege tanks. Blinding Cloud, if they're all grouped up like they are. There's not a lot of Vikings. There's actually no Vikings at all. And they're the Blinding Clouds of the lifetime. Will the transfuse on these Ultras be enough? They have to break on forward before that Blinding Cloud finishes.
And they're working at it, but the Ultra numbers are starting to drop a bit. Now down to 0. And now Solar's gonna back up with this one.
And what will he remax on? Looks like 5 more Ultra.
And Infestor.
He doesn't have any. Yeah, Infestor. So it's kind of crazy. Like I'm wondering what his ultimate unit composition is going to be. He's trading up really nicely, but if you look at the units lost, it's pretty even too. So like this has been a pretty intense game as far as these trades go. Nobody's just kind of just stomping the other in any of these engagements. So
They know when to pull back. They don't overcommit. You know, you lose
Exactly,
the army that's basically tanking for your siege units, and then you back off. And just, you know, be patient about it. Too many players are, you know, over eager to get that easy win, and then they end up shooting themselves.
and then this throw, yeah.
Yeah.
So I really do like this. I mean, the Bank of Solar is really nice. He's getting a lot of these Ultras, and if he gets another one of those Blinding Clouds like he did last time, that'd be great. There's no real anti-air except for the Thors. Good fungos on the Banshees, which is what he did lack here with the anti-air, but this time he is getting all up on that. And yeah, these siege tanks are gonna go down, and that is the first real like convincing fight I think that has been taken here in this whole game.
Oh, yeah.
So-
The supplies reflect that, too. And Hart knows it.
Wow, and so does that.
Facing a 63 supply deficit, he throws the WW.
Yep.
And that's,
Dubs.
well, that's GG. If I believe on the Korean keyboard, like the same
Yeah.
button for the Korean letter is W or something for
Is W.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah.
something.
But people were like, it's well won or something else, but I think that's the I think the keyboard.
Yeah. Well, that's
Damn,
that.
so tied up. 1-1.
Just like that.
Spring Secret. Oh, Heart.
Spring secret.
Going on the Secret Spring. We see some crazy shenanigans.
All right.
I know
so-
Hart started to stream a bit. I'm trying to think if he plays like any like goofy stuff on certain maps when he's just playing around.
Well, now that Hart's out of the GSL, he can definitely put, you know, his full effort into this. Because we've had some of the
Yeah.
show matches where, like, it's the players are kind of in a weird position where they have to still play, you know, their various tournaments, and then they don't want to show, like, their cards in these show matches. But with this one, you know, we could see both of these players giving us their all, which is great.
Exactly, yeah. Yep. I can dig it. 2 different styles out of Heart. Now Solar has to never assume anything. He's like, great. Parade push to mech. And it's like, what do you do next? Secret Spring was picked here by Heart. So, we'll see. We'll see what he decides to pull. very intrigued to see, because any game on this map, it's such like a goofy map that, like we saw Ruff prepare something that looks specific to the map. That I like to see how the players approach it,
Yeah,
especially at
I
this
mean,
level of
those-
StarCraft.
that crazy choke point, and if Hart wants to go mech again, this might be
Mhm.
right up his alley. But then again, if Solar wants to go Swarm Host, this is also a great place
Oh.
too. So we'll just have to find out. All right, game number 3. The score is all teed up between these two guys. This is gonna be the one to sort of swing that momentum one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Always a pivotal game. So
Yeah.
Tempo, why don't you take it away with the first player?
All right, well, spawning here on the top right, representing Team Axiom Esports, it is going to be the blue Terran player, Hart.
And on the bottom left-hand side, it was the player who didn't do so well on Overgrowth, but you know what? In a nice long macro game, Siege versus Siege on both ends, he was able to even up the score, and he's going to look to continue that good play. Representing Samsung Galaxy as the Red Zerg, ladies and gentlemen, we do have Solar.
Damn. So apparently yeah, he's still on Samsung, but I don't know what that thingy is. I feel like I've seen it before, that like spinning logo for Solar.
Alive?
I don't know where I've seen it though. Yeah.
Hmm.
Can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I don't even actually quite understand the Samsung Galaxy logo either. I'm sure Samsung Galaxy is in reference to the phones, right? Have you ever seen this on the phones?
Nope.
So what is that?
I have no idea.
It
You'll have to
doesn't
ask
even
him
look
in the
like
lobby.
an
be like,
S.
"Yo,
It's like
Solar."
an M and a G,
Yeah.
right? I don't know.
I don't even know, man. We have to
That's-
ask him in the lobby. Be like, "Yo,
Before we start the
obviously
next
you
game,
make some big decisions over at Samsung. Whoa.
yeah, Axiom
What is the
Esports,
meaning?
A lot more intuitive there, right?
Oh yeah. Shout out to Total Biscuit
Yes,
and Jenna Bain.
best known as Total Biscuits team, along with his wife.
Yep.
Running that show. And it's been around for a while now. I was actually just doing some reading before this show match, just so I know
Yeah.
more about the players, if necessary. And, I remember when Axiom just started, like it wasn't that long
Yep.
ago. And then I look at the Wikipedia page for it, and it said like 2012. I was like, damn, like it's been that long?
Damn, that's been a minute.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, and
That's kind of crazy. 2015 now, and it's like
yeah.
2012. Very, very early stages of StarCraft. That's like right before, I think like HOTS came out when they formed. Like a little bit, like maybe the beta was going on.
And and as this Reapers from Heart is doing work, let's be real here. A lot of people try to start these teams. They're gonna go out and sign all these Korean players. Like Axiom started by signing a lot of people who left Slayers after that team disbanded. And, it was kind of like you could be a little skeptical. Say like, oh, how long is this really gonna last, right? But they made it happen, and you gotta hand it.
Oh,
to them.
yeah.
Too many foreign teams just
Oh,
they
God.
sputter out after a while.
I know what you mean, man. And it's so sad sometimes, especially when it's like some, big like scandal or something, or one of the drama
Yeah.
where like salaries aren't paid or something. And,
Right.
but,
They don't just go out.
know,
They go out
oh.
in flames,
yeah. It's like I just want to be a part of esport history by running this team into the ground.
All right. Well, Hart has 3 Reapers now.
Team Gravity not one of those teams though. That's for damn sure. Shoot the whoop.
Yeah, we've been around for a while too. I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually a more recent player, or not player, but member of this team. It's been around for a lot longer than me. These
Mm-hmm.
Reapers though, have been around for a while. They're doing a lot of work, guys. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, they've only killed 3 units, but they've been doing a lot of moving.
A lot of moving, yeah.
Yes.
And that's 3 Reapers. You usually will expect to do a bit of drone damage. Like 1 Reaper's usually if you're not careful, might lose him. 1 Reaper's good to go and get the scouting and maybe get a drone, but usually not. But when you commit to 3, like you better hope to get at least a drone or 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does allow the follow-up to be good.
If you
Hellion?
can't kill, at least scout. And Hart saw what he thought he needed to see. I mean, he's been everywhere. Oh, that one Reaper gets caught.
Oh! Sucks to be him.
Yeah, nice pick off by Solar there. Hart on the third CC right now at 7 minutes. Just like we've seen. Not much deviation there. Are we going to see a armory out of Hart? Not quite yet.
I wonder, right? Yeah, it looks like I'm even wondering if he's gonna be going into bio or mech, but with that Viking coming out to pretty much shoo away all these overlords, it will see the third command center, which is very important to at least confirm. And this overlord will see a starport with the tech lab on it, perhaps. Yep, but it's gonna be a Viking. So
yeah, he doesn't see the tech lab blinking. So and now, of course, with the Viking out, he knows what happened there. But it still is making a Banshee, though. Just because Cloak isn't being researched doesn't mean there's no Banshee. So we see Hart going with that now.
And once again, we're seeing that very delayed third base from from Solar. This map is actually a little bit more difficult to take your third base. He's getting it now, and he's doing that too. Oh, it's going to get taken out, actually, the drone. Even further, yep. It's going to be that two-base meter, though. And this time, I'm wondering if Hart is going to be on top of it again with the Banshee. I'm thinking that he doesn't know that it's coming. Because the meter will be able to clean that up, especially with not having Cloak.
Yeah, and you know what? From the first game to now the third game, Hart has been making successively later pushes. Now it's 9 minutes. He's trying to wait on Banshees as well as the armory here to create some kind of Banshee Hellbat push. But that also affords Solar some time, too, to get the stuff he needs. So let's see who's going to have the advantage here as this attack from Hart is getting started.
He's going again. He always slips in these this armory, and I'm like, where did he get?
I know.
When did he put it down? I totally missed it again, and then all of a sudden they turn into Hellbats. Queens and Lings are going to try to hold this. There is no Spine Crawler with this. Queens are going to go kill that Banshee, but that is all that is left. And Mutas are going to clean this up, but how long will it take to clean all that up, and how much damage is going to be done before they actually come out?
Much danger. Hellbats on these Hellbats still focusing down the Queens. These drones, though, running around the base.
Oh, they're not mining either. Trying to, oh my god, if all the drones are up here, and these Hellbats get a chance. Surprised he's not really focusing here. He's getting turrets up at home, but he's just gonna go target down the spawning pool, and I wonder if that's intentional or not. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I can't imagine that being a priority for him. Oh, but these drones coming back might be.
Whoa!
Oh, they stacked on that. Oh, just a couple more shots. Would have been brutal.
That could have been a lot worse.
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
yo, you were a little too early there.
Yeah. But now these Mutas are primed for a counterattack, and like you said, there are turrets now, as well as Marines being pumped en masse and Widow Lines.
And he's setting up just for straight up bio once again. He's actually already mining from his third again, so I really do like Hart's position. You're gonna need to see Solar do something, man. He needs to maybe get a good counterattack off, figure out that base is there, do good damage with the Mutas, because we're gonna see a repeat of game number 1 if Hart is able to just get into this macro mode.
Yeah, I mean, one great thing that Hart was able to do in that push was kill off basically every queen. All right, so that of course limits the production reserve, and then also he took some workers with him. So we see Hart now actually. Well, he was leading for a bit. Now Solar's caught back up, but he was leading on workers after the end of that engagement.
Yeah, and he's gonna go pull ahead of Triple CC, and Mutas aren't getting. Oh, gotta be careful. I really like that. He's spreading them all over the place. One in front of his third, one at that little... I don't even know what to call this. Like, I don't know, the Bridge to Terabithia? Like this.
Oh, I remember that book. I like that book.
Yeah.
Read that in the 4th grade.
Yep. Them throwbacks. That and like To Kill a Mockingbird. Had to read that too.
And right now, these rocks are being taken out in the center. It's funny because Hart or Solar just, knocked them down, and now it's Hart is
Just a second ago, yep.
Yeah, and Solar is now in the base of Hart, but Hart is not
He's
concerned
gonna get the
about
gas.
that. And he should.
No, he's just gonna do a big push here. Bailing speed has not been started yet. Uh-oh. I think he might have either forgot it or just didn't have enough money or grass. Wow, GG. Straight up.
Yeah, really,
Oh my
really
God.
strong follow-up. And like you said, it was in many ways a repeat of game number 1 because the
Game
mutas
one.
just couldn't do enough.
Ooh. And like kind of late upgrades again too. It's like every time he did the 2-base Muta build, he's not getting the value that he wants out of it. Like,
Yeah.
like he got them out, but the Hellbat push was too early, and you need like a spine crawler, and just one spine crawler with those queens that you have make it a lot easier to hold. But I don't know, man. That it just hasn't worked out for Solo so far with that 2-base Muta.
Yeah. I think it's
Inferno.
because he's going for Muta so quickly that he just doesn't have what he needs on the ground to handle these Hellbat pushes. That's got to be
Mhm.
it. So
Yeah.
let's see if he switches things up a bit here.
Here on
Swamp-
Inferno pools.
Inferno
Oops.
Pools, the island base again.
Yep. Well, we've had like 3 pretty crazy games on it, or 2 rather.
That's right.
Will there be a number 3? Oh man. Inferno. Inferno. There we go. Oh, okay.
Solar. All right. We are just about set up and ready for game number 4. Players are ready. So let's get right into it.
Players are ready to go.
Yep. It's getting dark here now. I'm sure it's been dark where you are
I
for
know.
a while now.
Yeah, it's been, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I was looking at your camera and I was just like, wait, how's it?
It's
I'm like,
getting
oh
really
yeah.
dark here. Yeah. Turn on that light now. All right, here we are. This is game number 4, and you know what? It's been back and forth. Hart won game number 1. Now he's won game number 3, and he is up once again 2-1. So let's see if Solar is going to be able to tie things up once more. Because you know what? It's not a Team Gravity fight night if the show match is not, well, an ace match.
Go to an yeah.
Yeah, so let's get right into it, folks. So once again, we do have the Blue Zerg player spawning on the upper right-hand side of Infernal Pools. He's going to try to tie things up again. Let's see if he can do it. He is representing Samsung Galaxy, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Solar.
I always get so nervous when I see that. I'm like, oh my god, is he going for a 10-10? Like some weird. But no, he's
on
not.
This map.
Right. That'd be really weird.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was the worst intro ever. Spotting the bottom right, representing Axiom Esports. This guy representing that love, the color red. It is gonna be Hart. Imagine that, just Hart. So,
And he's opening.
game number 4.
Yeah, game number 4. This has gone a lot faster. I'll say that.
Yeah, this one's going a lot faster than the other one.
Yeah.
Oh god. Well, we might have spoke too soon, because this is Infernal Pools, and this is one of. Is this the biggest map in the map pool now that Deadwing
I think
maybe
it's the same size as Deadwing.
about same size. Yeah.
Now the biggest map I can remember is probably Alterzim. That was like a really.
For Sim. Oh my god. Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, and the other map, Metropolis, was pretty big. It had an island base too.
Yes, but that map did not stick around for very long.
Nope. But it was the game that had that epic, the epic Archon toilet thing.
Yeah.
MVP and I want to say Squirtle, but it could have been someone else.
Those
Oh
were the
man.
days.
Yep. Now we got the Heart of the Swarm. Oh snap!
Oh
Get it?
my
Because his name
gosh.
is Heart.
Nice. Nice. Now you're getting in with the puns too. Very good.
Yep. You thought you could hog them all for yourself, man.
No. Well, I guess I have to do a little sharing today.
Yep. Sharing is caring.
Well,
So once again, Heart is gonna keep his Reaper at home.
yeah. He's not sharing any love with that.
No.
And you know, it's interesting because on a map like Infernal Pools, you'd think, okay, he might want to get in some scouting, right? Trying to know where his opponent is.
That's what I'm thinking.
But
I
he
guess the
does-
only scouting he needs is the fact that the Overlord is.
Yes, I was gonna say like the only scout you need is for someone else to show you their overlord in the path.
Yep. I mean, although it doesn't really give him the. It doesn't give him any information, like say if it was some kind of really crazy like Baneling attack or. He just has to play in the dark, and at least he knows where to go with the Reaper now. Like he doesn't have to go around the whole map, and he goes right over to that base.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, he keeps the Reaper at home, just in case you are actually doing something crazy. Although that's not very likely on Inferno. But you know what? When he is when he can't confirm where the opponent is, oh my gosh, he even kills off a worker.
Whoa!
But yeah, he's just good to
Yeah,
send it
yeah.
then. But yeah, he kills off a worker. That's more than what we've seen out of him in the first two games.
That's more than he did with the 3 Reapers. Like,
yeah,
wow.
right? How
That one
ironic is
Reaper
that?
showing how it's done. And a bit of an. Okay, never mind. I thought that he was going gasless, but he just pulled out of gas after getting speed. But he left one in the gas as well. So he's going to be able to put down a Baneling Nest. I mean, look, we've seen Hart go for some really, really crazy Hellbat pushes. So. Oh! At Depot.
Oh, and the lane gets in, but not very far.
Wow. Not too far.
Not very far.
He like saw the light at the end of the tunnel and then realized that it was heaven calling him.
He realized it was a
So
train.
it's, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Oh,
from like a
shoot.
movie or something, but
Yeah. I have a yeah, probably. See the light. You really saw the light there.
yeah, for sure. I mean, well, the flames are pretty bright in and of themselves.
True, yeah. Not want that to be roasted in my face.
All right, so we
But
are seeing a
no.
lair out of solar.
Again, yeah.
Again, pretty early, going for that instead of the third hatch. You know, I'm beginning to think this is kind of just metagame for these Korean players because last week we had another TVZ matchup, and I mentioned that it was another TVZ because I was trying to buy some time to remember who the players were, but it's not working out
Yeah.
for me. So the point is that
That's all good.
the point is that
I hate when that happens when you just
I know.
Yep.
But
God, it's gonna come to me any second now, but nope.
nope, not at all, and it still hasn't, even though we've talked about this.
Ah.
To delay some more time. But the point is that that player also went for Lair before the third.
Oh, okay.
Usually when we see like NA or even EU players do this, they're like doing some kind of all-in. But I've seen every time these Korean players do take a third at some point off of this. They just do it a little later. So we're gonna see.
Scarlet
Aspire,
actually does
though.
it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but the way Scarlet does it is that she will actually get layer with the first 100 gas, and then while the layer is going, she'll get speed
Okay.
since she doesn't really use it in the early game. So you get a really, really fast mutas.
Oh, she opens up
um,
gasless as well, right?
Oh, true, true, true. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
These guys don't though. They go for that earlier
No.
speed, so it's a little different. But there is a Spire down, and that's gonna lead to some mutas.
Yeah, and this time there's no Hellbats. I don't think there's an armory, so yeah, Solar's not gonna take a bunch of damage in the early game, and maybe this would be like we'll see Solar kind of actually be ahead in the macro game because he's been playing from behind due to the early attacks of Heart. But this game, there's not really any early aggression.
Yeah, not so far. But now the Banshee's here to change that. Kills a queen.
Oh yeah, there it goes. How many kills will you get? Gonna get 5 kills already. No detection. Oh, now here comes the Overseer. When the mutas pop, they will be able to take it out. But I mean, that Banshee's done it. What it needed to do. 8 kills and also forced the mining time to be. Well, they forced it off the mineral lines rather.
Yeah, I mean that's quite a lot of workers killed just in that one go, and we see Solar just a hair ahead at 44 to 43 now.
Yep. And he also has the gold though, so that should be something good for him. Luckily for the spawn position, he's able to take this gold without really worrying about it. I feel like Hart would have to go way out of his way to try to kill that,
Well,
or like set up on like the high ground or whatever.
I mean, the Mutas again looking for an opportunity, not gonna find one. Just too many Marines and turrets around. This Banshee, though, finally taken out.
Like 3 kills. Yeah. So not bad. I think at 6 kills total. Wow. 14 kills. 14 workers have been killed this
Yeah.
whole game by Heart.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Who is, for the first time, not getting a 3rd command center. Whoa. We're going to see
Yeah.
just a gigantic push coming out of Heart. He's added a bunch of barracks. He's getting 1-1. And with no armory,
That is going to be
maybe
quite,
he shows no sign of going to 2-2.
quite the follow-up, I'm going to have to say. This is an all-in coming out of Heart.
Yeah.
And you know what? To follow up killing 14 workers with just 1 unit with a
Mm-hmm.
massive all-in on 1-1, that's going to be tough to hold, I have to say.
Yeah,
And it's
especially
proven
because
out.
the Evos are just now getting started for Solar. Gotta give it up to him for his creep spread, though, but man. Muta's trying to bring back the army. Actually doing pretty well by taking the gas out, but we've seen it once before, and Heart doesn't care, man. You go and kill his stuff at home, and he just keeps on going forward.
Yeah, I think Solar knows that this is going to come because he hasn't scouted a 3rd. He's making some banelings right
Mm-hmm.
now. I don't know if that's going to be enough. And the first punch just got blasted
Ooh.
by the zombies.
Yeah, and there's also bailing speed completed. Nice splits here from Heart. And focus firing, but that was a nice bailing hit there from Solar. This is going to be rough. The army value does favor the Terran player quite a bit. But the positioning may be
Turn this
favoring
around.
Rizard. Oh! Upgrade lead is in Heart's favor. But there are no more bailings, and he just can't continue, and he just GG's.
Yeah.
Wow,
mean,
I think he just felt like he couldn't do it, or what?
Well, the defender's advantage
lost
kicked
too
in
much
for
steam.
Solar. Yeah, he's on 2 base. Whatever units, they're just trickling in at the end there. So Solar was going to
Yeah.
overpower him. Like, it was inevitable.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah. for
And like
sure.
that's a very long distance from the bottom to. I mean, if it was cross, it'd be even worse. But
Yeah. It was close
just
enough,
went,
you know.
he went for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was a good try by Hart, wanting to get up ahead even further, but wasn't meant to be. So
Wasn't meant to be. We got ourselves a series, 2-2,
yes, we do. Yes, we do.
best of 7.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be pretty well matched for each other. I think everybody actually today has been pretty well matched.
Yeah, I'll say.
So Team Gravity doing better at I would say matching players together than the Blizzard ladder could ever dream of.
Yeah, that
Like-
MMR system. No, Team Gravity's not
Holy
that deep. I'll tell you
yeah.
that. I'll tell you that.
We got a Deadwing. Deadwing is going to be next for Heart's map pick. So another big map, actually. I guess he just didn't like Inferno Pools because he's just like, you know what, let's do this and hope it works. If it doesn't work, we'll go to the next map. I know Jim Rising is funny sometimes. Whenever, well, not whenever, but this one time he played on Secret Spring. And he did like some really like just dumb build and just like was like forget it GG and just left because like I don't want to play on that map.
Yeah, because it's Secret Spring. Like, it's built
Yeah.
into the map that everyone has to do something dumb.
Yep. I just didn't feel like playing.
Can't blame anyone. Secret Spring is just that
Nah.
strange.
really is.
Spring.
Yep. That's no secret.
Yep. It's funny. I just look at the overlay right now. It says observing by Current TV.
I saw
today.
that actually.
All the this whole experience has been really bad for you guys because of me.
Well,
Current
you
is
could
with
just
us
blame-
in
throw
spirit.
Current under the
though.
bus. You could throw him under the bus if you wanted to.
I probably could.
Just be like, oh, or did he pick the wrong?
He did. He did. It was Zerg versus Zerg.
Oh, it looks like he Heart picked Zerg.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were gonna do like a reverse. Okay, role reversal. I play Terran, you play Zerg. Switch it up.
Yeah. So we're just gonna go ahead and remake that. No problem. And
Yeah,
in the
they picked the
meantime,
wrong stuff.
do we have any new subs? No. Guys, you're missing out, man. I'm telling you, Tempo, you know about those benefits, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, them emoticons. You get your money back pretty much. In the form of a G2A gift card of $5, which actually you make a penny because it's $4.99 for the sub, right?
Tempo just came up with another benefit, guys. You make a penny, and then
You
you
have to
can
make a.
and then you can turn around and donate that to the PayPal account below. Oh man,
Dude,
just coming up
I'm
with
sick
great
of what-
ideas for you guys. Jeez,
Oh man, that marketing.
that is sick marketing.
Look at that.
Yeah. But hey, it's all in the name of esports, man, and you know, we're so happy to put on these events for you guys as long as we, you know, can support it financially, but you know, it's not about making money or anything. We just want to have, you know, great events, great players that we can learn from, and
Yeah. Yeah, put on a good show for y'all. They've come here. I don't know what time it is in Korea. I feel like it's really early in the morning. Either they maybe pulled an all-nighter or just woke up.
it's like 10 or 11 a.m. in Korea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Not
7
bad.
hours behind me. You, it's like 10 hours behind you. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's forget. Well, looks like they picked the right race this time. That's like the first, one of the hardest things in StarCraft 2. Making sure that you're the right race because it like auto makes you. At least I always thought it auto made you Terran.
A lot of times, yeah. A lot of times it does end up that way. But then they were both Zerg, so who knows?
That's what I was like, huh?
All right, well, game number 5. It's 5. Game number 5 is on Deadwing LE. It is the choice of the player who lost the previous game. That'd be Hart. Put that all in that didn't quite work out for him. But now we
Yeah.
are moving on to another match that will break the tie. So, Tempo, why don't you take it away with the first player?
All right, spawning in the bottom right corner, bringing it back, tying up the series to 2-2, representing Samsung Galaxy. It is our blue Zerg player, Solar.
And on the other side of the map, the very top right-hand side of the map, it's going to be the Red Terran. Able to win some pretty strong macro games early on. Last game tried to go for the all-in. But let's see what happens here. It's Deadwing. It's another big map. And
Yep.
could lead to, you know, a lot of 3-4+ base play. So representing Axiom Esports is going to be the Red Terran, guys. His name is Hart.
There he goes. I wonder what he wants to do on this map. You know, obviously we were talking about. Deadwing came into the equation when we were talking about big maps, and you know how he feels a little bit more comfortable. I know it's a lot easier to secure your third, especially on even your fourth. The spawn positions are probably the best for Swarm Host if you were to go mech. So like I think these spawn positions are actually pretty good here. For Solar, if they decided to go that route. So we'll see. It was his map pick, Hart's map pick, so he definitely has something that he's cooking up.
Yep, and we got the Reaper opening once more. It's going to basically pop, well, after this first Overlord arrives here from Solar. So, you know what, judging by how things went last game, he'll probably just send the Reaper over once he confirms where the Zerg actually is. Otherwise, Solar opening up Gasless for the time being.
Wow, yeah. We haven't seen him open up Gasless yet. So we'll see if he's changing it up. You saw the two base Muta style not really working too well for him in the other games, but last game it seemed to be pretty good. As it was, at least, I don't know how many kills he got, but like he didn't die. He didn't take any early damage. There was no real early game pressure except for the Banshee.
Yeah.
That did pretty well, actually. I was surprised,
Yeah.
but I guess maybe because the gold
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Yeah,
just
you're
didn't
right.
matter.
The gold helped out. There are 14 kills by just one Banshee, so like I was thinking,
One
wow,
Banshee, yeah.
this is great for Hart. You know, he hasn't even had to spend much on this attack, but it didn't matter in the end.
Able to be held there, so Sola showing that he does have some life in him.
Absolutely. I mean, it is
That's,
2-2. Both these players very closely matched. Hart looking.
And I
for
love
that
this too.
revenge.
Remember we saw that tank drop earlier from Ruff? Solo already killing the rocks here. Not even going to take the chance at all in case Hart decides to do something crazy.
Yeah, you are absolutely right about that. These rocks being a priority for the Zerg. The Reaper of Heart, just still looking for something. Still hasn't gotten anything quite yet.
Two additional queens, so he's gonna get some really sick creep spread coming down here. We should see the gases come very soon, as they are just finishing here. Yep. Even the queen getting in on the action, taking out those rocks.
Yeah, and they'll be able to provide
What
cover
we're
too
gonna see here.
for the Reaper when the Reaper comes.
Yep.
And there's a third, early third from Solar, I might add.
Here we go. 6 minutes. Yeah, perfect. Regular third timing.
Yeah, he's gone very economically here. No gas. Getting only speed now. And then getting that very early third. So, yeah, like you said, you know, maybe he just feels that the 2-base mutant not really all too productive for him in any of these games. So, it is
Yeah.
Deadwing, too. Might as well play a little more macro-oriented, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think, yeah, usually we saw Heart getting such an early third almost before Solar would. And usually in this matchup, you always expect that the Zerg player will get their third beforehand, but not this game. He's switching it up. Maybe throwing Heart off, actually. Playing the first 2 games, you know, or first 3 or so games in a certain way, and then completely switching it up in these final ones. As we do start to wind down, you know, we're in the second half, in game number 5. As it is tied up, so it's pretty much reset, and it's like a best of 3.
Yep, so waiting to see when Hart's going to make his move. We've seen him make very different kinds of pushes in the last few games. Never the same thing coming out of him. This time around, he's got some Hellions with a Reaper, and not much else, actually. Not yet, at least.
Nope. He just, he just loaded up, a medevac with 4 Marines and a siege tank.
And a tank.
But
Okay.
Solar's already killed the rocks. But a really cool thing you can also do is, he's clicking over here, by
Right there, yes.
this place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you siege up and you just fire at the third, and you can even build like a bunker, kind of like we saw Ruff do on that other side. But this is really annoying if you're able to secure that position.
Yeah, there's a lot of places where tanks can have access to mineral rights. This is just one of like the 3 I can think of. And now
Yep,
Hart,
you have to constantly micro it.
Yep, and that's what Solar's doing.
Oh man, this is so frustrating. Even the Hellions are going to be chilling here. We'll be able to... Whoop, he sees him. Yeah, he's going to cover fire for that. Like the siege tank. And Solar's not mining it all from his third. Like, he has to figure out a way to break this, but it's so annoying and hard to break. You got to wait for the mutas, maybe.
Yeah, and it's far. That's the other thing too, right? You got to
It
run
is.
all the way around. You can't hop this chasm here, so.
And he can't mine gas at his third. So...
I imagine falling into this right here.
Oh,
That
man.
looks scary. Like really, really scary.
Yo, it reminds me of like Titanic when that dude like falls off and he hits his like leg on the propeller thingy and he does like a bajillion flips. I feel like I'd hit my legs on like those spinning things down there.
Yeah.
It's like
But that
flip
would just
for
chop you
eternity
into like a
because-
million pieces.
yeah, true that. That's probably what actually would happen.
Disturbing.
You have a lot of lings coming out of Solar, as well as bailing speed and 1-1 finishing. We may see just Solar say, you know what, screw you.
Attack over there. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, right. It's
All
just
these
like, you know,
mutas, all these lings and banes, and all in you.
yeah, but he looks like he will clean it up.
Okay.
10 more lings are on the way. And here comes a big push out of Heart. Still no third command center once again. So he's going back to this this 2-base play that he did on Inferno Pools. But Solar is in a much better position than he was. And this, the speed is done. He has 1-1. And he's just going in, man. That is not a lot of Terran.
Not at all. And these mutas are giving chase to these medevacs where the boost is about to run out.
Uh-oh.
It's on the ground.
Okay, these Widow Mines, what are you gonna do? And wow!
Wow.
That was game-changing.
Just like that.
Heart can breathe. Holy crap! What the hell?
If it wasn't for that,
I was not expecting.
if it
I
wasn't
was
for
not
that, I'd say
expecting
Solar
that.
had it. Like really.
Oh yeah. He would have done a lot of damage at least. That was pretty much it. that Widowmine got the hit of his life. Or those two pair.
Yep. And if anything, you can see the units lost that Solar even lost more. That's that cost effectiveness
Yeah.
of Widowmine. Oh, rearing its ugly head
Oh my
again.
God.
Oh my god.
Jeez, Solar is not having the best of luck there, and Hart is just loving life at the moment. Gonna continue with this push. I believe he's on 1-1 as well, so Solar does not have that that advantage anymore. And this is just gonna continue, man. And this distance is not as long as the other map, I don't believe. Inferno Pools. Could be wrong, I'm not sure. I didn't get my yardstick out and measure the map last time, so.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Well, before I talk about that, we have another engagement over here. Bangling's going to try to get into surrounds before the Widowmines go off, and those did not do nearly as much damage as before.
Oh, man. Yeah.
A little bit of
Solar
friendly
doing this
fire
pretty well, though. He's on
splash
62 drones. Exactly. This is going to run out of steam eventually if Hart doesn't get like a really nice engagement. He's just forcing all of these units out. And,
No transition, by the way. No third base just yet. No arm
No.
for 2-2. Hart really wants to make this all in work. Couldn't do it last game. Wants to try it again. But time is ticking on him to make this work.
I mean, he's not like throwing away any units, really. He's making really nice trades. And I just don't know if Solar is on a better economy. And Solar can have bad trades, but as soon as like one good engagement goes and Hart, he's just gonna pretty much run with it. So Solar really needs to kind of put back down this creep, and that's good that he has to clean it up because the time, like you said, it's wasting scans on 2 base. That means it's mules on dropping, man. So it's not gonna be as strong as it could be.
Won't quite do it. Great hits there. But, you know, Solar, for the moment, does have more drones mining. And like you said, 1 mule was wasted by dropping the scan. So
Yeah.
eventually Solar is going to have Defender's advantage. He is going to basically get more than Hart will. And Hart's going to make one final push with Widowmines and hope that they get some of those really cost-effective hits that he got earlier. And just sort of cross his fingers on that.
Well, he's playing it so patient again, though, but this time he's not on the 3 bases, so he's just waiting. He doesn't want to screw it. Oh, man. I think the Banelings actually went on the Widowmine. Oh, another big hit. This could be a little bit impatient of Solar if he chases off of creep, and Hart would love that.
I think so.
Oh, my God. I think that was the one that he wanted.
I think that was
See if he continues here.
definitely impatience on the part of Solar. You're on 3 bases. You have a better economy than your opponent. Why rush the situation and let Hart bait you into his Widowmines like that? There's just no need for it.
Yeah. I like that he's putting back the creep, though. But Hart is going to be right on top of it. There comes another hit. Oh, could be good. Off of creep again.
Yep.
The Hart might be, oh my God, this is so close, but the splits are really nice from Hart.
Yeah, but still, without any more Widowmines down here, Solar is finally able to break this all-in contain. And now Hart is going to see the fight push back to his base. And there's only 2 of them.
Nope, that's it, man. And GG will be called. Wow, Solar holds on, man. He's showing that he's held that 2-base style. I don't understand why Hart decided to go for this this style. Maybe he's just switching it up, but he dominated in the macro games. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like he was like slipping or he was like, oh, this is really, really tough. He literally steamrolled
Yeah.
in those games.
It could just be a meta game play because these are like 4-player maps. They're kind of big, right? So the thought on Hart's part is like, yeah, I can go for this all in. He's probably going to be, you know, have his head all buried deep into making his 4th base at 12 minutes. That hasn't been the case.
Yeah.
And I think it's prematurely led to his death in these 2 games and putting Solar in, well, a match point situation. And
Yeah. Solar wins this when he wins it all.
Yeah.
So can Hart bring it back on Catalina? If there was ever a map to do it, I would definitely put Catalina up there for Hart to come back on.
Yes.
And bring it to an ace match, which would be pretty sick.
Yeah, and this map decision for Hart is potentially a $40 decision because the prize pool is a total of 80, but the winner gets 60, runner-up gets 20. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Well then, you better play your heart out, mate. Hey.
Wow, Tempo catching back up with all the puns here. Very nicely done.
Well, let's see. Okay. Yep. Players should be ready. Solar looking to close things out. Can he do it? Man, Hart is definitely showing some really strong macro, but trying a little bit different styles and not really having a good amount of success when he does try them out. So we'll see if he goes back to that, or maybe he will use Catalina to his advantage.
Yeah.
And
Let's find out. Game
Let him
number
bring it back.
6. And will this lead to another ace match? Or are we going to see it end right here? Let's find out.
match point. Could be match point.
All right, here we are, game 6, and the tables have turned a little bit. I mean, it's close. It's back and forth. It's only a difference of one
Yeah.
for each player. But Hart did get the early lead. Now Solar is the one who is going to have that at the end of the 6th or 5th game. So let's
Yeah.
take a look at that very player here. It's the Blue Zerg on the top-hand side of Catalina LE. It's the 1 o'clock position. And he is going to try to close things out with game number 6. We do have here the player representing Samsung Galaxy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Solar.
And his opponent, spawning directly south, it is that guy from Team Axiom Esports, the Red Terran player looking to bring it back. It is Hart.
Alrighty then. And this is Catalina this time around. Out of all these maps, Tempo, okay, for TVZ, which one do you think is the toughest? And which one's the easiest?
Catalina is against a really aggressive player. Really likes to drop, say Semper, right? I would never want to play Semper on this map.
Well,
Just
let's
saying.
be fair. Well, I wouldn't want to play Semper on any map.
But yeah, man, Catalina is pretty tough for sure. Especially like depending on sometimes the spawning position, like this one here, right? You notice that he looks like Solar will have to take his third, like here, which means he'd be expanding towards
His
Hart.
opponent. Yeah.
But if he takes the other third, like the one that's right below his main,
Yeah.
then Hart can abuse that by just dropping the third, going up into the main. It's just very, very difficult to defend on all fronts.
And you know what?
And that
The other thing you pointed out, which is really very true, is the airspace behind these bases.
Yep. This spawning position actually is where they both have airspace. Although the airspace is behind the main here for Hart, while it is behind the natural. So a little bit of a different note, but there's still quite a bit of airspace, even though I feel like it's a little bit better when it's like the main, like that one. The airspace that Hart has behind his base is like just extends forever, man.
Yeah, I know. Like, it just... Does anyone ever fly to this corner? Like, all the way here
Like
on the
just
bottom
go,
right?
Like probably get lost, man.
I know. That's just like a
Holy
huge
crap.
sea here.
It's a whole nother map over there,
Yeah.
under the sea.
Well, we're going to have
looking
Solar
like-
arrive with a couple lings. And, oh, he might find an SCV to pick off. That's building on the low ground.
And that's the first time that we've seen Hart not leave his Reaper at home. Not paying attention here, actually, because he's microing back at home. And Solar is going to be able to get some HP off of that Reaper. And if Hart is... Okay, he gets away. Oh my god, this SCV, really?
Ring around the rosy there with the Reaper getting in hits. Not
Not
able to
even
kill that SCV.
work kills.
Yeah.
0.
So well
On
minded
both
by Hart.
sides. Triple Reaper opener again.
Yeah. What we've seen from Hart, you know the funny thing is? Wait, was this the matchup where Hart had only one Reaper and he was able to kill something, but when he had 3, he couldn't? I feel like
Yep.
this has happened throughout the series. Like, He can have these 2 all-ins that don't win the game, but he can have 1 Banshee that kills 14 workers.
That kills like, yep. It's either all or nothing, Heart.
Maybe he should stick to that. I don't know, but these 3 Reapers
Yeah.
might get a clean kill.
Wow. Dang, that micro is real actually. That queen is dead. 3
Gosh, that's a great
Reaper's
pick
pretty
off.
good, so he gets it. First blood.
Excellent pick off when you can kill a queen with just Reapers. That's a huge victory.
Yeah. It gets really scary with 3. That's when you can start really putting the pressure on. But speed is finished already. Whew, gonna save them all.
Looks like Solar's gone ahead and taken a 3rd. It is a gasless opener for him for the most part. I mean, now since then he's gotten gas, which is
Yeah, he pulled out of gas completely.
actually was it gas first? Or was it gasless? Because he did get speed already. I don't know. It's been kind of a while.
Yeah, he got speed and pulled all the
Okay.
way out. Sometimes you'll see him
Okay.
leave 1 drone in there, but he decided to just pull it all out, and that means you get a lot more minerals, but you're a little bit more exposed to some crazy Hellbat stuff, which could be possible as we do see an armory on the way
Yes.
here for Heart.
The other thing too is he only has 2 queens at the moment, so it wasn't a gasless opening. Usually you'd have 4 out sooner than this, but
Yeah, true.
he's going to need more queens, of course, to deal with the incoming Hellbat, like you pointed out. So we'll see if he
Oh,
adds
man,
on
that's
those
so
or
scary.
something else.
He's dropping a Baneling Nest now, and we're not seeing the lair just yet. So this is good. You know, the fact that he didn't go for the lair first. If he gets a good scout, then he'll be ready for it. It's a good. I mean, it's one thing to have a Baneling Nest, right? But like, if all of your lings are across the map or something, or you don't see it coming and you get blindsided,
Yeah.
you need time to morph the Bane. So, with no Spine Crawler to really hold, it's just going to be the queens. Is he going to get the scout though? Oh, I don't think he's going to get it, man.
This Overlord here is trying to see if he can find anything, but nothing of interest really. But
This
I will
is a
say that-
weird build.
yeah,
Actually, kind of cool.
yeah, it is. And Hart has gone for the 3rd CC, no air component with his build, going right into 2 engineering bays as well. But yeah, he's going to go for that 3rd CC, which means he's not going to all in. But this attack also is just going to have really Hellbats and Reapers, kind of like game 1. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Did he add another? No, okay, so it's 3 Reapers. And you know how, like, Hellion Reaper is really annoying to deal with as a Zerg? Well, Hellbat Reaper is, like, multiply that by, like, 6.
Yeah.
As they are most likely going to be turning soon.
Yeah, they are, and some of these traveling drones will be taken out. Solar armed with a lot of queens is in a good spot to defend, but these 4 queens are, well, at the 3rd. Oh, this Hellbat's almost ventured into the natural, but let's see where Hart
A little indecisiveness here with these units.
Yeah.
He's getting some good damage done, though, but the fact that he took a 3rd behind it as well is pretty good. Like you said, it's not going to be full all in, but can he split them as good as he splits his Marines? Doesn't look like it. But he does have a lot of units left over.
Transfuse to keep these queens alive for a little longer. Not that 4th one, though, and I think the queens are actually have used the 3rd, but reinforcing lings will clean things up.
Well held by Solar there. Always a scary position, man. Like, I remember, well, I think I saw Solar morphing in those first Banelings, and they almost got canceled, but looks like Hart was not really feeling as confident with it. You know, it was kind of hanging back, clearing some creep. And maybe that was his intention. Just force out units, get my 3rd up, and get his upgrades too, because Stim wasn't even finished, I don't think. It just finished not too long ago, so
Yeah.
I'm sure that was the intention, to just force out units.
Yeah, I mean, he has forced Solar to, you know, spend more to holding than what Hart lost in the battle. And then, you know, it's kind of stopped the droning a bit, of course. But Solar is, for the moment, ahead slightly.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly. And Hart now is going to go ahead and take that 3rd place.
Damn, with 12 drones on the way, it's definitely in a great spot. Confirming that 3rd, sees it, and Hart is expanding aggressively, so Solar will be expanding. I don't want to call it aggressively, but it is towards the towards Hart.
Now Solar is taking that 4th base at 12 minutes. And
Wow.
he's just going to go into full macro mode with this one. I mean, he knows it's not going to be an all-in. He sees the 3rd, right? Probably already saw it even
Yeah.
earlier than that. And so, you know, he's going to be comfortable to just go into heavy macro mode.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit later of a 3rd here from Hart, but of course he did do that attack. So this is what I wanted to see, you know, a straight up macro game between these two, where Solar doesn't take too much damage in the mid game, in the early game. So this is it, the TVZ of a lifetime.
So those medevacs will hot pick up those Marines before they get gobbled up by the Lings on the ground. Sire's on the way for Solar right now, so you know he's going to want those mutas soon because, you know, one thing we haven't seen in a lot of these games between Heart and Solar is drops, like mid to late game.
Yeah.
Drops, right? Just really
Surprising,
big pushes
right?
mostly. Yeah. So, you know,
Yep.
this is a great map to do that. We kind of talked about this earlier on, and given that Heart is going bio, we may see that style of play that Semper did to Jim Rising earlier.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I mean, it's not like, whoa, hold that. Looks like there's going to be a big attack, but not going to venture off the creep. I was going to say, it's not like Heart lacks the APM or something to actually, you know, do drops and whatnot and split. We see him 6 splits, and his multitasking is very nice, and his macro is on point too. So maybe he's just not really his style, but I would always utilize all the tools that you have, especially with the lack of metas.
For the time being, because 8 are just about
For the
to
time
pop.
being, yeah.
8
As
just
they
popped
are.
right now.
On the way.
And I think Solar's going to be better equipped to handle anything along those lines now. And he may be even willing to handle more venturing off creep. They're not gonna
Yeah.
do it.
Oh,
Or yes,
hold
he
that
is.
thought. He's
But
going
those
in.
Widow Mines will go off.
Good Widowmine. Not on the Banelings, though. This is a really nice attack from Solar. And now Heart might regret taking that base right there. Because right now that's just pretty much his... Oh, but that Widowmine shot, and another one's going to go off really nicely here.
And yeah.
Oh
just
my
like
god,
that,
is he... Okay.
Bunker Repair going to
Just taking... You know, he says, hey, I did good damage. I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, Bunker Repair is going to push that
Let's
back.
do that again sometime.
Solar got some a decent trade here and there. He is losing the cost effectiveness battle, but that's typical in ZVT. Because Zerg is just, you know, they have more throwaway units, especially
Very-
Banelings,
yeah.
right? So,
Oh god, yep. The most YOLO unit in the whole game.
exactly.
Oh, roll off. They just like roll into stuff with their faces, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that," because they die.
Mutas try to fly into that main, find a hostile welcome with the missile turrets, and now they're going to go after a juicier target.
Yep.
Marines
Oh.
sitting ducks for these Banelings.
Oh man, I wonder how much Heart actually targets with his Widowmines, because he always gets some really sick hits.
Yeah, I mean, you
Damn,
said
really
he has
holding.
a lot of APM. That may be where he's spending it.
Oh,
But
too much.
he calls the
Too much
GG
Zerg.
there, and I guess he just saw himself running out of gas. Not gas
Mm-hmm.
resource-wise, but he's starting to lose the battle a
Like
bit.
Steam.
Yeah. So
Just a little too much. Yeah,
that
he
is
figured
that.
it.
Oh, I
Solo
shouldn't
got
show
his
you
fourth
guys
up
that.
too.
Got to get out of here. I got because I was still in the game, and then he sent that message in Fight Night. But yeah, that you saw that message if you
Oh,
were paying
okay, okay.
attention because well, there is a prize at the end of this game, and it is because well, Heart falls to Solar. It is a repeat of what happened in GSL, unfortunately for him. But hey, Solar man, he's $60 richer for it. Final score is going to be
Yo.
4-2.
Got
so
cash money, son.
absolutely going to buy himself a nice dinner tonight.